For 2013, it was 22 feet back then, so he bested that just a little bit here. He went 22 feet 1 inches this time around. Look at the landing there.
Yeah, coming down a little low on that. And the whole thing is you want to kind of stay close, but you also don't want to get too close. If you hook up on this ramp, it hurts dearly, and I speak that pure experience.
Now, the event is called Big Air, and of course, you want to go big on the quarter pipe, but there's two parts to this. You also have to do, a pretty sizable trick over the gap as well, and he did straight jump going over the gap. He gets an 82.33 for this first go-around, but again, with the format, they're each going to get 3 runs at it, and it's your best run that counts, and just that shot right there just gives you an idea of the sheer size and enormity of this structure. Vince Byron getting set to take his first of 3, and as we mentioned at the top of the show, he got himself a gold medal in BMX vert on Friday, Kevin.
Yes, he did. Throwing down a new trick, the 540 flare. Vince Byron pushing the progression of vert. This is a game changer right here. It's going to change the whole dynamic of vert to come. It's going to inspire other guys to get out there and ride this vert ramp. Jamie Bestwick handing over the gauntlet, putting the gold medal around his neck.
So that was Vince's first ever gold medal. He got that vert on Friday. So what is he going to do here tonight in his first of 3? He's got some big technical tricks over the gap, and he's got some pretty big tricks he can throw on that quarter pipe as well. A couple years ago in LA, we saw him do a 540 double tail whip on this thing.
He was faced with a few adversities before the contest. He bent his handlebars, and he had to borrow some handlebars to switch them out. Flare. Lands smooth and rides away, so he puts together a solid run. Looked like he might have hung up a little bit, but he held on, he kept it solid.
And a pretty impressive height on the flare, 15 feet, 7 inches. Steve McCann, your high mark to beat right now with that 85 as we look at some highlights.
There it is, backflip tail whip, lands perfect, nice and solid. Check this out right here. Throws down that flare, spotting as he comes around. Lands nice and smooth. That was a great run. That's what you want to do. You want to come out your first run, put a good solid score on the board. You want to feel happy about that run so you can start pushing the progression as the runs go on.
And he was one that was having some issues out here last year. The wind was definitely got in his head a little bit. And he's looking for redemption out here tonight. 87 flat to put him in the top spot. So your vert gold medalist from Friday sitting in the top spot early here in round number 1 out of 3. It is an absolute packed house out here at Circuit of the Americas. We're just getting started. Don't go anywhere. We've got more GoPro BMX Big Air coming up with Chad Kagi. And, what a nice guy. I mean, he travels all around the world. Does a lot of speaking events dealing with children here, and school children in the U.S. And he's excited to be out here tonight doing this for Chad.
And Mike Keller coming out with a can-can backflip and over-rotate a little bit, had to put his foot down. And that was a good call to not hit the quarter pipe. That's the thing, when you approach that quarter pipe, you got to be solid and ready, because that thing can bite back pretty hard.
Well, another thing too is he hasn't really had a lot of chance to practice out here. He was pretty much focusing on vert earlier in the week, and then he was riding in some vert demos out here as well. And the call came in pretty late that he got in as the alternate. As we take it back up to the top, we talked about some returning gold medalists. Zach Warden got 2 of them. He got a back-to-back in 2013, got one in Foz do Iguaçu and Barcelona, and he's in for his first of 3.
There it is. Backflip, bike flip, lands it perfect. What's he got? The triple tail whip. Oh, landing a little low, but it looks like he got out of that okay. Zach's pumped. He's having a good time. Why don't you look up, check his height at 14 feet, 2 inches.
Well, he was trying to roll the dice in the first round there. That's the run that got him the gold in Foz as well as Barcelona back in 2013.
Here we go. Check this out. 1, 2, 3 feet on, but watch how low he lands. Down right at that seam. There we go. The backflip, bike flip. That's a Zach Warden original right there. Check that out. Doing a backflip and flipping the bike around.
Actually correct myself.
That is so much going on.
The run that he did in Barcelona that got him the gold, he threw a late tail whip out of that. But going for the bike flip, back flip right there, that one's worked out for him in the past. Also, he broke his L2 vertebrae back in the end of last year, so he's fresh back on the bike this year. James Foster coming your way next. He's had a busy day out here today. He was competing earlier this afternoon in the BMX Dirt Final. Got a 9th place finish, but it was a hot one out there, Kevin Robinson. The boys were fighting the heat, the humidity, and the wind.
That was such a great BMX dirt contest, and he threw down there too. He's feeling good. He's coming up to motivation from those dirt runs, and he's excited to be up here on this big air ramp. I got to ride it with him a little bit, while I was out there, and he said, "Kev, I'm pumped."
So working double duty out here this weekend, competing in 2 events. He happens to be your returning bronze medalist from out here last year, and this guy has some big tricks he can put down over that gap.
Let's check it out with a double backflip. He lands it! What's he got? Oh, man!
He landed that double backflip so clean over the gap. See Michael Lahren first out to greet him there at the bottom of the quarter pipe.
First run, comes out swinging, double backflip. He's got those pretty down from being on Nitro Circus Tour. Let's watch his quarter pipe right here. Let's watch the quarter pipe right here. He throws the bar spin, catches.
And he's still going up after he spun the bars.
Throws that late downside tail whip. Watch how low he lands. Below the seam. That's the thing with this ramp. When you're coming down, you're already so high over the lip. When you're coming down and you're landing that low, it just adds another 10 to 12 feet of your drop. It's so much momentum to hold on to your bike.
Looking at the scoring monitor here, he went 18 feet on the quarter pipe there on that bar spin to late whip. And again, after he spun the bars, he was still going up. So that'll give him a 76 flat. That'll slide him into 4th. A tough break there for James Foster. We've still got 2 riders left to go here in round 1 out of 3. More GoPro BMX Big Air Final when we return. Let's see what he can do in this first of 3 runs.
Morgan just loves running this ramp. Watch the speed that he gets. That big Superman backflip lands perfect. 1, 2. Beautiful double tail. Good solid run for Morgan Wade. I know he's pumped.
It was 20 feet, 2 inches high. Did you see how casual and slow? That was a massive double tail whip, but he landed that thing perfectly.
So proud to be here in the home state of Texas. Morgan Wade showing you how it's done. This is a big air event, and Morgan's showing you how to do it. At 20 feet, 2 inches, a double tail. Check this out. 1, 2. Look how casual it looks for him. Catches the pedals, and watch how good he lands. Perfectly smooth. And that's what I'm talking about. You want to catch as much transition on this ramp as you can.
So now, what do the judges think there? 89.66, and your gold medalist from Los Angeles in 2013 is on the top of the standings. And listen to the crowd, the Texans are loving it.
Morgan Wade is one happy guy right now. My Hoffman Bikes teammate out here having a great time. 20 feet, 2-inch double tail whip. Man, that's just blowing my mind.
Well, the last guy in the run order here for this round is the gentleman that got top honors last year, Colton Satterfield. His first ever X Games medal, and it happened to be a shiny gold one.
There's a quick no-handed 7. Going for the double flare. Nobody else has tried this trick except for me on this mega ramp. And he has been working on this trick. He's been practicing it. We've been trying not to talk about it, but I knew he was going to debut it here. Let's check it out right here. 1, 2. He just needs to rotate a little more and pull out just a little bit more, and he'll have it. He committed to it, rotating around. He's going to have to pull off that lip just a hair more, and he will land it. I'm expecting we're going to see some history here tonight. The first ever double flare done on the big air ramp.
Well, he's rolling the dice trying to get that done in the first round, but he was so close on that. He'll have to settle for a 75.66 that puts him in 7th. Let's send it down to Alyssa.
All right, Colton, we've been hearing rumors of that double flare. Talk about that trick. When did you learn it, and when did you decide to bring it out first run?
After winning last year, getting a gold medal is like the height of my career, so I feel like my career now is best used to just anyone who looks at me is just going to want to do everything they want with their life as hard as they can go. I honestly wanted to push that trick till next year, learning it, because it was so hard to learn. And it's obviously really hard to do. But, I mean, X Games, I'm here to inspire people. Let's party.
Well, now that the butterflies are out, are we going to see that again in run 2?
I'm going to pull it. It's X Games. This is nuts. I'm going to do it.
All right, we can't wait to see it. Thanks, Colton.